Welcome back to the Boot Tragedies. Well, for some Saints news, the Saints signed Brandin Cooks. The terms of the deal are not out yet, but the Saints bring another receiver to the receiver room along with Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed. They bring Brandin Cooks. Now you basically have three guys, kind of the same, similar archetype and things. So I don't think this will deter the Saints from drafting a receiver, going to look for other receivers. I think these three guys are the same archetype, fast guys, smaller guys that can take the top off of defense. But let's talk about Brandin Cooks for a second, man. I'm not mad at this signing because obviously we lost MVS, Valdez-Scantling, to the Seahawks. So you need that third guy, that fourth guy that can stretch the field. No injuries will happen. So you bring in a vet, a guy that's done it before, and Brandin Cooks was injured last year with a knee injury with the Cowboys, so really didn't get to play that much. But, he's had a great career. We can pull up his career numbers. Obviously, the Saints drafted him first round, had a really, really good tenure with the Saints. Did not know he had 9,352 receiving yards, 60 touchdowns. That's really, really good for a receiver. That's what you want out of a first-round receiver, man. A guy that's going to end his career with probably 800 catches, 10,000 yards, 60-plus touchdowns. That's a really damn good career. Obviously, with the Saints, we can go through his career here. 550 yards, 1,100, 1,100, 1,000, 1,200, 500, 1,000, 1,000, 600, basically 700, 650, and was injured last year, had 259. Like I said, looking to get 10,000 yards in his career, man. That's something Marcus Colston couldn't even do. I'm sure he was pretty close. I think he was like around 9,600, 9,700, somewhere in that ballpark. So this is a really, really solid career for Brandin Cooks to have. And I like this signing. I really like this signing, man. He's 31 years old. I'm about to be 32. He's not coming in to be wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2. But if a guy, if an injury happens or something like that, which they will because injuries do happen, you can have a guy that can step in. And I think he's just wide receiver 4. I think the Saints are still looking for wide receiver 2/3, maybe in the draft. Because I think Olave is your wide receiver 1. Rashid Shaheed could be your wide receiver 2, but I do think you want to bring in a different wide receiver too, like a guy like obviously before he got signed with Devontae Adams or something like that, a bigger body guy. Obviously you got the draft, you got Tet from Arizona who you can go after in the first round. But still, all in all, we got three guys that are really, really fast that could take the top off defenses, and it's just another weapon. It's just another weapon. We got to see the contract details. If I had to guess, it's just a 1-year deal. I'm sure Brandin Cooks didn't have too many offers out there in free agency just because he was hurt all last year. He's getting up there in age. Speed is declining, but he's still a really, really fast receiver, a really, really good receiver. And I like this move. Like I said, it's not a home run. Not like we signed, whoever you want to name the top receiver, on the board. We didn't get T. Higgins. We didn't get Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson or something like that. But we got a really good NFL player. Like I said, man, a guy that's had 1,100 targets in his career, over 700 catches, almost 10,000 yards and 60 touchdowns. That is a really, really, really good career. And, man, I don't know what the Saints are doing, but they're bringing a lot of, New Orleans players and Louisiana players and former Saints players. Maybe they're trying to win the fan base over because they know there's going to be a shit show this year. Also working on some more videos with the quarterbacks. A lot of Shador, a lot of Dart, and a lot of Cam Ward talk around the Saints. I'll answer some of those questions. I guess give my opinion on some of those things as well. But like I said, I like this signing. I was trying to see if we got some information on the contract details. I don't think so just yet. But like I said, man, a guy we drafted in 2014 is back. Bringing speed, to the receiver room, which is something we already have. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that. But I like the signing. Like I said, I'm not going to go super, super crazy, man. It's Brandin Cooks. We know what he brings. We know what he is. Could be a key piece to this team, a key piece to this offense. Depends on how it works out with injuries and things like that. And it's a guy you can, Rashid Shaheed can learn from. You got a guy that, with a speed guy coming into the NFL and had to perfect his craft, and things like that, and had to learn the route tree, become better at the in routes, the out routes, the comebacks, the curls, the dig routes, all of those things. And he can help Rashid, he can help Chris Olave. So, man, a veteran guy, never really had issues, in our locker room for the most part. Obviously, we traded him. Obviously, the Patriots let him go. Now the Texans let him go. And now Dallas let him go. So it's a guy that can't seem to find a home. Obviously, so it's something there, but I just think it's because, I'm not going to call him a one-trick pony because he's about to have 10,000 yards in his career. But, we know what he is. He's a deep threat. A guy that's going to run deep threat and run comebacks off the deep threat. That's basically his route tree. That's what he does. And if you need that, he can be serviceable for you. So, hey, like I said, I like the move. Not going to ramble on too much about it. It's not like the world's greatest signing, but it's not a bad get. It's not a bad get. I like it for the Saints. At the wide receiver 4, wide receiver 5, he's better than the guys that we have on the roster. You know, we can tell you that, except Olave and Shaheed. Still think we need to bring in a third guy or second guy, you know, to fight for that wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3, maybe even wide receiver 1 spot. We definitely need to do that. But hey, good signing, good get from the Saints. He's definitely better than Bub, Memes, and Pettis and Tipton and all those guys. He's better than those guys right now. So I think we can safely assume that Brandin Cooks is wide receiver 4. Not saying wide receiver 3 because I think we still need to upgrade that position. If we come into the season with Cooks, Olave, and Rashid Shaheed as your 3 receivers, we failed. We failed as an organization. We failed as a new offensive staff, as a new head coaching crew in there. We failed if that's your 3 receivers because they're basically the same 3 guys. We don't have that big body guy also. But, I mean, it's weapons. It's weapons on the field. You got Moreau. You got Juwan Johnson, you got Olave, you got Shaheed, you got Brandin Cooks, you got Kamara. I mean, it's something. It ain't the greatest weapons in the world, but it's something. Still think we need a little bit more juice on that offense, but like I said, it's something right now. I guess it's something to get excited about. I'm not excited because I know who our quarterback is, and we got a video dropping on him eventually as well. But let me know what y'all think about this sign in the comments below. As always, thank y'all for tuning in once again. It's the Boot Tragedies, and I'm out.